Right then, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. David Alaba, wow! The news has been breaking recently that David Alaba of Bayern Munich, the superstar defender, left back, left centre back, central defensive midfielder, could be coming to Chelsea Football Club, and talks are scheduled in with the fantastic Blues this January. Oh! An elite world-class player that was reluctant to extend his contract with Bayern Munich and wants a new challenge. We all thought, we'll be off to Real Madrid or something like that, mate. But no, following the footsteps of Thiago coming to the Premier League for that Premier League money, opportunity, an excellent, exciting team in the shape of Chelsea Football Club. Oh. So this really is a reaction video to this news coming from Christian Falk, coming out of Germany. So strap yourselves in, subscribe to Football Therapy for daily Chelsea content, mostly news, you might like it. Drop a like on this video if you're amped on this news, rumour, piece of information, and let's get into it. Now, who is David Alaba? Well, he plays for Bayern Munich and he played at left back, left centre back, central defensive midfield. He's an Austrian international. He's late 20s, still in his prime, and he's an absolute superb footballer. He was playing at left back for Bayern Munich. Obviously, they moved him into centre back to sort of accommodate Alphonso Davies, and he's so good, man. He's excellent. He's completely positionally versatile, the kind of players that Frank Lampard, of course, loves. And Bayern Munich were trying to tie him down for a while on a new deal. He wanted a new challenge, he wanted to move on, and apparently his agent, Pini Zahavi, is set to talk to Chelsea Football Club this January. Now, his contract expires at the end of this season, so he's allowed to start talking to new clubs in January as per the rules for transfers. And although he's also considering Paris Saint Germain, which is, could be quite a likely pull, if he does want to come to the Premier League and follow in Thiago's footsteps, Chelsea would be an excellent option, of course. If you look how they're playing, he'll have to just look at the players on the current Chelsea roster and think, oh my giddy aunt, not that David Alaba would say that, I fancy a bit of Chelsea Football Club right now. They'll probably give me like a 4-year deal or something. This could be very good. Now, coming from a Chelsea fan, this is incredibly exciting. We've been linked with David Alaba before. He's just oozes quality, man. And if we can get him on a free, there's a small chance, of course, Bayern Munich would want to sell him in January and try and capitalise off this player, because Bayern Munich don't have money coming out of their behind anymore. If Chelsea offer them, I don't know, 10, 20 million for him in January, maybe we could get him in January, but we don't need him. We've got centre-halves and we've got, left-backs. To get David Alaba in for next season, though, would sort out so many problems for Chelsea Football Club. First and foremost, we'll have another left-back option to rotate with Ben Chilwell, because at the moment, neither Emerson Palmieri nor Marcos Alonso can cut the mustard for us, let's be honest. Yes, of course, Cesar Azpilicueta can move over, but really he's rotating on the right side with Reece James at the moment. So if you bring in David Alaba, you can bring in someone who can play left centre-back, you can bring in someone who can rotate with Ben Chilwell, you can bring in someone who can move into the CDM role in Chelsea's midfield. Superb. Now, I know a lot of people are backing Chelsea's young centre-half to move into the first team moving forwards, and yes, there's still a chance that could happen. We've got young players like Gurhi and Biamba, do you know what I mean? These players can move into the Chelsea first team, but off the bat, next season, even if we extend Thiago Silva's contract, which I think is a likely scenario at the moment, considering how well he's playing and who's such a good senior player to have around the squad. Remember, we signed him on a free, and he's not actually on astronomical wages, Thiago Silva. He earns less than half at Chelsea than what he did at PSG, so I think Chelsea Football Club would be very much inclined to keep Thiago Silva, but they need that other elite centre-half to play next to Zuma, I guess. Now. David Alaba could be that player, and remember, he's a left footer, the sort of holy grail of left-footed centre-backs. That's what you want, a versatile player that can move a few different positions, play with his left foot, and is incredibly high quality like David Alaba is. Literally, he would be this elite centre-half / left-back that Frank Lampard wants. Could he play centre-half as well in the Premier League as he can in the Bundesliga? I'm not entirely sure, but maybe. I mean, he played at centre-half against Chelsea in the Champions League, and the less said about that, the better in terms of how Chelsea fared against that defence. So honestly, off the bat, I'm incredibly excited about this piece of news, because even if, I believe it to be true because of Christian Falk coming out and he's saying, look, they've scheduled a meeting in January. There's going to be a meeting in January. That doesn't mean off the bat Chelsea are signing David Alaba. It means there's a meeting and who's considering it. Yes, PSG and Chelsea, if they're the two big favourites, Chelsea have a very good chance of sealing this player. Of course, PSG would offer astronomical wages, but Chelsea would offer pretty darn good wages too, especially if he's coming on a free transfer. And then they wouldn't have to, fork out 60 million for a new player in terms of a transfer fee. So it's very, very exciting. And I would absolutely love that. And also, I know this is such a Twitter thing to say, but it is the Frank Lampard pull thing. Yes, Chelsea have got a lot of money and they've spent a lot of money, but Frank's developing a project where players want to come and play for him. Every player that's signed, or certainly the majority of recent signings that have come to Chelsea, have all said, I spoke to the gaffer, I spoke to Frank Lampard, he's why I came. He basically convinced me. David Alaba's 28 years old, he's only a couple of years younger than me. He would have watched Frank Lampard growing up as well. He's obviously played in midfield as well, David Alaba. He'd be like, yes please, I want a bit of that Super Frankie magic. Super Frankie Lampard magic in my life, surrounded by these new Galactico players at Chelsea Football Club, who, by the looks of things, are challenging for the title. By the time I join for next season, we will absolutely be challenging for the title. Kai Havertz will be a bit older, all the other superstars. It's just incredibly exciting. I think this could be the perfect signing for Chelsea Football Club in terms of bringing in another seasoned, senior, experienced defender, a touch of class, positional versatility, and free transfer. Bayern Munich didn't want to let him go. They've tried to re-sign him on a few occasions, but as I said previously in the video, it's something that David Alaba wants. He wants to move on. So if you look at his options, maybe PSG could be a little bit alluring in terms of, playing with Mbappe and Neymar, but I think Mbappe is going to be on his way out. I think he's going to go to Real Madrid. I don't know if Thomas Tuchel is going to be there for much longer. So, there's a lot of uncertainty around PSG, and I know inherently there's loads of uncertainty around Chelsea, but it does look like they're trying to build a legacy with Frank Lampard, really investing in a long-term plan. Certainly with the squad, you can't remove the squad, even if it all goes tits up with Frank Lampard and he eventually goes. This squad is built for long-term, and David Alaba will see that, and I think personally it is an incredibly exciting and alluring prospect for a player like David Alaba. And if Chelsea come January with the meetings with his agent, if they can, put some of that honey potion into his ear and say, look, come over here, mate, Premier League money, the best league in the world, because that's another thing as well. He's only 28, David Alaba. Think about that. You can go to PSG, you can win a bunch of Liga and titles, but is that you going to feel fulfilled? You've just won so many, Bundesliga titles. Go and challenge yourself, man. Come to the Premier League. Come where the best players in the world are, where the best managers in the world are. The best opposition, loads of money. Do you know what I mean? That should be alluring to like a 28-year-old defender. His last big contract in his prime. Come to Chelsea FC, mate. Bring that left foot of yours. We'll look after you. We'll play you in centre half, left back, wherever you want, mate. We'll move you around. It'll be excellent. Attacking football. Expect goals. Expect fun. Expect trophies and titles. Anyway, man, I wanted to make a video reacting to this news because I find it exciting. And, the more things happen with Chelsea in these transfer windows, the more I believe. Before, I think some stuff was far-fetched. Timo Werner came out of nowhere. Kai Havertz was a pipe dream. We got them all, man. We got them all. Do you know what I mean? Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, just everyone. So, what do you guys think? How are you reacting to this news breaking these last sort of few hours? I want to hear it. Get down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll keep you guys updated as this story progresses. So keep it locked. Make sure you have the bell notifications icon on. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.